Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakim, pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Martha from the GMS Dallas camp. And we see that the time that Esau is setting up to try to be your God, to put that patent on you, all right, with the Karachma is here. This is Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Listen to this. Instead of carrying your wallet in your back pocket or your purse, a tech company wants you to keep it under your skin.
All right, so let's explain here. Wallet More is selling microchips implanted in your hand as an alternate payment. Could this be the future? Maybe. Once you set up your card info in the company's app, look at this. It says payments could be as easy as swiping your hand over a card reader. Right now, chips are not sold in the U.S. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, people think it's far-fetched, but it's here. Esau is going to implement his system very soon. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. This is the time that we're living in. That he's going to look to put what? A mark. All right. Would you go into that definition of mark? And we'll get that. It's G5480 Charagma. And it says a stamp and imprinted mark. All right. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or in the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right. And like I said, it would be many Antichrists, right? I want to get this word badge. You know what? We'll let it ride. It says the mark branded upon horses. All right. Now, when you get a mark on a horse or you get a brand on a horse, that is something that you brand on them and that sticks with them. All right. That's imprinted and you can't remove it. Just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what he's looking to do. And when you go into the root word karak, what is that? They're going to impale, right? The root word karak, all right? There you go. So this is the mark. It's not like saying embargo. It's not Christianity. Because when you think about when someone said it's Christianity, how can you tell if someone Christian and be like, okay, well, you can't buy and sell because I know you're a Christian. I see that mark on you. You got to understand, Esau Edom he don't have a spiritual aspect of things. Okay, that's why he's gonna use a carnal mark. Okay, something physical for you to receive, to put that patent on you. Okay, this is a different mark than what the Lord has that's gonna put on the elect in these times. All right, this is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. All right, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So when you say in the midst of Jerusalem, he's talking in these times, it's going into Babylon the Great. Okay, aka America. All right, and through these other nations as well, because it is a people before the place, because we are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But a bulk of the nation of Israel is here in Babylon the Great, aka America. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that has been done in the midst thereof. And that's going into the elect, okay? That's going into the men that are constantly going out, telling the people to repent, telling who the men, who the true nation of Israel are. Okay, sighing and crying for the abomination, for the wickedness that's done throughout the earth, and they point out who the son of perdition is, who is Esau Edom. Verse 5. And okay, now look at this. Now that's going into setting the mark. Before we go there to verse 5, let's get this word mark. Okay, we got it. This is in the Hebrew. All right, and it says mark, but like I say, in the New Testament, it shows, all right, in the Greek, and in the Old Testament, it shows it in Hebrew, but it should still say the same if that was the case, right? So this is, all right, the wa, the wa, and it says what? Desire mark, mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Okay, so the other one was like a mark or a brand, something that was physical, but this mark with the Lord imprinted on his elect is a spiritual mark, definitely different. So that karakma is physical, and this the wa is, I mean, the karak is physical, and the wa is spiritual. You see, and it's gonna, in the karak, if you receive it, it's gonna be placed for you to receive that judgment. But this the wa in Ezekiel 9 is where you said for exemption. Now, who are the when they say go to the midst of Jerusalem in Ezekiel 9, and you don't got that the wa, but you got that karagma. What did the Lord say he's going to do? That's in verse 5. Ezekiel 9 and 5. And in the midst of and the others, okay, he said in my hearing, okay, so this is talking about the others that did not receive that spiritual mark, that the wa. If they didn't see that the wa, most likely they probably they most likely most they if they didn't see that the wa, they received what? That karagma. They received that physical mark. This is who he's talking to. And he said in the midst of Jerusalem, he said, in my hearing, go at ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. So it's going to be no pity on the ones that receive that charagma and don't have that thawa. All right, the spiritual mark. And smiting mean to kill. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man. All right, come not near any man. All right, upon whom is the mark? All right, that the wa at the begin and begin at my sanctuary. That's beginning at what? The men that know they're Israel, but yet they're trying to, you have men that's gonna stick with what they're gonna say. Hey, it's Christianity. It's the embargo. See, if you say that and you still don't have that belief when Esau implement that charagma, the actual uh, RFID, okay, micro, okay, that C hip, then who's to say? You say, well, hell, I can see this C hip in my hand or what have you, because you don't believe you don't have faithful believe what it is. You don't believe it's the actual implant, something that's going to be implanted in you. But here at GMS, and like I said, and who and in other Israel, that's basically is pointing it out and calling it out. Yeah, yeah. We need to we will have the understanding, and we know it's here because it's just it's like the light is shining upon it now through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So he said, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary, in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. All right. So, hey, we're here. We're at this point. you can either hear or forbear. But if you receive that mark in Revelations 13, you're gonna receive death. All right. And if you receive this the for the men that sigh and cry in Ezekiel 9, that spiritual mark, you're gonna receive salvation. Because he said, "Come not near the men that has the mark." So with that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Bahakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakin pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.